Superposition theorem. It is based on the principle of linearity. By definition, it states that voltage across or current through any resistor or source may be calculated by adding all the individual voltage or currents caused by the separate independent source acting alone. Linearity property. It is the property of an element describing a linear relationship between cause and effect. A linear circuit is one whose output is linearly related or directly proportional to its input. Basic properties for a linear function: first is homogeneity property and second is additive property. In homogeneity property, if a function is defined as v equals to ir, then by scaling property kv equals to kir, where k is constant. If it is multiplied to left hand side, then k should also multiply to the right hand side. According to additive property, if v1 and v2 are two functions such that v1 equals to i1r and v2 equals to i2r, then by additive property v equals to in bracket i1 plus i2 bracket closed multiplied by r equals to v1 plus v2. Superposition theorem, by definition, it states that the voltage across or current through an element in a linear circuit is the algebraic sum of the voltage or current through that element due to each independent source acting alone. The principle of superposition helps us to analyze a linear circuit with more than one independent source by calculating the contribution of each independent source separately. Steps to solve circuit using superposition theorem. We had divided it into 5 steps. First, to find the current or voltage in any branch, take one source at a time and replace rest by the sources by their internal resistances if given. Second, calculate the current or voltage by any method, that is mesh analysis, nodal analysis, KVL or KCL. Now calculate the current or voltage in the same branch by taking the other sources in the circuit and replacing rest of the sources by their internal resistance. Fourth step, repeat 1 and 2 till all the sources have been considered. Fifth step and last one, total current or voltage in the given branch is equals to algebraic sum of all the currents or voltage in the branch due to all current sources. Implementation: replacing the voltage or current sources when internal R or resistance not given. If we have voltage source and a current source, then for voltage source we can replace it by short circuit if internal resistance R is not given, and for current source we can replace it by open circuit if their internal resistance R is not given. Now let us solve our first example. Calculate the current through 1 ohm resistor. In this example we can see that we have two voltage source. That means we have to draw two circuit. First circuit where we will short 2 volt by short circuit and 1 volt by short circuit 2. Now we have to calculate I1. I1, that is voltage divided by resistance, that is 1 divided by 1 equals to 1 ampere, and for this circuit we have I2 equals to 2 divided by 1, that is 2 ampere. Therefore I total will be equals to 1 plus 2, that is 3 ampere. Now moving towards another example, we have to calculate current through 1 ohm resistor here also, but we have one current source and one voltage source. Again we have two sources, that means we have to draw two circuits. First circuit by replacing 2 volt by short circuit, and in second circuit taking 2 volt as active element and suppressing 1 ampere current by open circuit. In this circuit, first circuit, we have I1 equals to 1 ampere, that is the same current which is following 1 ampere, and in this circuit, since the circuit is open circuited, therefore I2 equals to 0, therefore I total will be equals to 1 plus 0, that is 1 ampere. Yes, using superposition theorem. In this circuit we have two voltage source, therefore we have to draw two circuits. Firstly we will take active 42 volt and suppress 10 volt, and then in another circuit we have to take 10 volt as an active source and suppressing 42 volt by short circuit. In first circuit we have suppress 10 volt supply using short circuit. We have to calculate Vx in this circuit. We can apply nodal analysis for solving this circuit. Here we have to calculate Vx, so this node will be same Vx, and we will treat it as in high potential, and another Vg which is at lower potential, that is equals to 0. Considering this as I1, this as I2, and this as I3, we have, according to KCL, I1 plus I2 plus I3 equals to 0. So we have Vx divided by 3 plus I2 as Vx minus 42 divided by 6 plus I3 as Vx divided by 4 equals to 0. In another step we will take LCM, that is 12, and this will be 4 Vx plus 2 Vx minus 84 plus 3 Vx equals to 0. Taking denominator to right hand side, it will become 0. Therefore Vx, how many total Vx it is? 4 plus 2 6 plus 3 9 Vx minus 84, which we will move towards right hand side, it will become 84 plus 84, therefore Vx is equals to 9.33 volt. Now considering second circuit, we have suppressed 42 volt and have taken 10 volt as an active source. So here also we will consider this node as Vx and down as Vz, which is equals to 0 voltage of the ground, and let us assume this one as I1, this one as I2, and this one as I3 by nodal, we have I1 plus I2 plus I3 equals to 0, and I1 is equals to Vx divided by 3 plus I2 is equals to Vx divided by 6 plus I3 is equals to Vx, here it will be plus 10 divided by 4 equals to 0, because the polarity is here minus, therefore we had taken it as a plus sign. Now taking LCM, we have 12 in denominator and we have 4Vx plus 2Vx plus 3Vx plus 30 equals to 0. Taking denominator to right hand side, it will become 0, therefore we have 4Vx plus 2Vx 6Vx plus 3 9Vx. Here this side is plus 30, we'll move it towards right hand side, it will become minus 30, and therefore Vx is equals to minus 30 divided by 9, which is equals to 3.33 volt. Now adding both, it is minus sign. Now adding both the Vx, we will get Vx total, that is 9.33 minus 3.33, that is equals to 6 volt, and this one is the answer. Now coming up on another example, we have to calculate Ix, and we have two sources here. First one is voltage source and another one is current source. Since we have two sources, therefore we have to draw two circuits. Firstly taking 3 volt as an active and suppressing 2 ampere, and in another circuit we have to consider this as an active and this we have to suppress. For first circuit we have suppressed our current source, therefore Ix dash will be equals to voltage divided by total resistance. We have 3 volt as an voltage, and it will be divided by total resistance, that is 6 plus 9, that is 3 divided by 15, it will be 1 divided by 5, and that will be around 0.2 ampere. Now taking another circuit, we have taken 2 ampere as an active source and suppressing 3 volt by short circuit. In this we have to calculate Ix double dash, which is equals to, by applying current division property, we can calculate current through 9 ohm, that is 2 multiplied by 6 divided by 6 plus 9. This is considering this as R1 and this as R2 and this one as I and this one as I2, this one as I1. I1 equals to I multiplied by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. This is current division property. So we will have 12 divided by 15, that is equals to 4 divided by 5, and this will be equals to 0.8 ampere. Therefore therefore total current in this circuit Ix will be equals to (0.2 plus 0.8), that means 1 ampere. Taking another example, we have to calculate current through 100 ohm resistor using superposition theorem. In this circuit we have two current source and we need to calculate current through this 100 ohm resistor. So since we have two current source, therefore we have to draw two circuits. In first circuit we will keep one as an active element and suppressing rest. So in first circuit we will take 10 milliampere as an active element and we will suppress 3 milliampere current by open circuit, and in second circuit we will keep 3 milliampere current as an active source and suppressing 10 milliampere current by open circuit. We have suppressed 3 milliampere current by open circuit, as you can see in rightmost side of the circuit, and therefore the current through 100 ohm resistor, here it will be 10 milliampere, as same current which is 10 milliampere will flow through 100 ohm resistor. In second circuit we have 3 milliampere current which is flowing through 100 ohm resistor but in opposite direction. That's why I2 will be equals to 3 milliampere current. Therefore I total will be equals to 10 milliampere minus 3 milliampere, which will be equals to 7 milliampere current. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and press the bell icon for regular update. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.